Hi folks, Len Waldron here at the Groot Gamsberg Mt Wilderness Area with the resident PH Daniel Mousley. We've been here for a week hunting. We've taken Klipspringer, oryx, black wildebeest,
red
hartebeest, and finally a mountain zebra after many stalks in the wind and baboons and kudus. Scaring them off time after time. It was a great hunt, great challenge. We finally closed out the ticket this morning. So fantastic part of the world, wonderful part of Africa. So I want to talk with you about the property here. So tell us about it. Tell us about this wilderness area and what one sees upon visiting.
Well, we've got in our direct area about 8,500 hectares, so 20-odd thousand acres. We've got an adjoining property with the Perot's, which overall we equal about 50,000 acres between the two. But the actual hunting area we're using is actually 250,000 acres between the Conservancy, of which we were one of the founding members. It's a pretty fantastic area. It's actually a sort of high altitude desert, but it's a living desert. We're sort of on the fringe of the Namib here, so you've got quite a bit of vegetation and grasslands, but certainly you don't have the large trees and thick bush that you have further up north where there's more rainfall. But we have a fantastic varying landscape here. We've got everything you could look for, from your plains, your slightly sloping or undulating hills, right into the mountains and thick, pretty steep stuff, which you yourself have seen.
And we talked about it, that there was be prepared to hit every club in your bag, so to speak. Shots in the mountains, shots on the plain, shots in cover. Prone in the mountains, off the rocks, off sticks, sitting, the whole 9 yards. So it's a hunting challenge that covers the entire gamut, both from a terrain standpoint and the shooting standpoint. So let's talk about that. So from a hunting standpoint, what kind of hunter expect in Namibia in general, and Groot Gamsberg in particular?
Well, Namibia in general is certainly one of the best areas for plains game hunting in the world. Further up north you've got your larger game, you've got some fantastic concessions up there. But in our area in general, plains game, it's really huge numbers. Namibia's got a very healthy wildlife population. It's one of the few countries in the world where you're able to shoot cheetah or hunt cheetah. We've got leopard here as well, but otherwise quite a wide variety of plains game. Your greater kudu, springbok, wildebeest, blue and black, your Burchell zebra, Hartmann's mountain zebra right in the mountains. You've got your smaller dwarf antelope species like your Klipspringer, steinbok, duiker in our area. In other areas you've also got the damre dik-dik. But otherwise just a very wide variety. Of course you've got the gemsbok or oryx, red hartebeest, and
a lot of kudu.
A lot of kudu. It's certainly one of we've got what we call our badlands or mountain areas, which is actually the Gamsberg and Hakos plains, which is pretty much, I mean, you've seen it yourself, most of the area is completely inaccessible by vehicles, so it's a real sanctuary for the wildlife. You've got huge populations of kudu, mountain zebra, oryx, the smaller species, and of course the leopard and stuff that live in that area pretty much without any human interaction, apart from the odd hunter.
And for context, we were able to get to it with the Land Cruiser safari vehicles, but getting them around in it was all on foot. So it was a real challenge. Not impossible, but by no stretch a cakewalk either.
Yeah, and for example, our mountain zebra, we had to have that skinned and cut and the whole process down there and carried back up to the...
Yeah, that's a good point. So a whole team was sent down the mountain to bring the meat and the animal all the way back up out of the cliff and out of the valley gorge, if you will, to get carried out, which is a lot better than packing it ourselves. But it was certainly brought out. We shot an oryx that we've had almost some of for lunch and dinner for the last 4 or 5 days. So very sustainable use, organic food every day here. Fantastically cooked by a wonderful, kind, talented staff here for meals. So what else? What else does a hunter experience here, particularly if there's a large group?
Well, we generally can handle up to about 8 or 10 hunters at any one time. Generally, we don't like any more than, say, 8 is a good number here. We often operate with a maximum of 4 PHs, so on 2x1s, you can quite easily have a group of 8. We've got 5 double bedrooms, so it just depends on the dynamics, whether it's couples or single people. But partly due to the terrain and all the varying wildlife here, you've got all sorts of, like you experience, different challenges from your klipspringer way up in the rocks, mountain zebra in our mountain area, to your plains game and other species around. You've got a very nice homely feel here. It's a very wild area. I mean, all our mountains, none of those areas are fenced. So you've got free roaming populations of game. It's a true wild hunt. And yeah, if we've got a number of groups, we make sure that we've not got any one vehicle or group hunting in the same place as another. We've got plenty of area to spread it out. We have in the past built extra camps, and we will fly camp, especially for the leopard. If we're hunting them in remote areas that are a bit difficult to get to, then we will actually stay down there.
So a good point to mention here also is the conservancy nature of this property. It's something that your mother and Robin Hurt feel strongly about and have been involved for many, many years within the continent of Africa. And just this week we had a special delivery of 2 female rhinos that will be here as protected guests indefinitely. 2 more coming. Three more coming. Right, and a pregnant female. So hopefully the numbers will grow here in safety. So tell me about that and your thoughts on the strategy for this property.
Well, we're pretty far away from town or areas of high population. The closest shops, for example, are about 1.5 hours away by car. That gives you a bit of safety. The high risk areas for rhino are certainly closer to larger populations of people. As a general strategy, having rhino populations spread out as opposed to having small areas with high concentrations is a good way to go forward in this battle against poaching. You've got the Kruger National Park, for example, that's getting quite absurdly high amounts of poaching going on. That's because you've got such a high concentration there. It's quite a big target. We obviously hope we're not going to experience any of that here, but certainly it's rhino, both black and white. We're obviously dealing in white, but then it's a very special animal, and I feel quite privileged to be a part of this whole process and bringing them back here. We've got a very nice breeding group with a total of 3 females and a mature bull, so hopefully that's going to grow up. But yeah, certainly I feel very lucky to be part of that, and it's such a wonderful animal, so it'll be fantastic to have around, and also fantastic to do our part towards, or have the potential to help towards the conservation of the species, which is really being hammered, unfortunately.
Well, it was certainly an exciting moment to see them come off the trucks. It was about 2 a.m. and we unloaded them in the dark so they would be less stressed. It was just fantastic, and they seem to fit right in. So
yeah, no, it's wonderful to see them. It's truly a very special animal, and I feel very, very lucky to have them here. So very excited. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Daniel, thanks again for a fantastic
Thanks very
stay
much.
and a fantastic hunt. Thank you.
Thank you.